All right, so today we're putting on an Australian saddle. This Australian saddle has these big, heavy, long stirrups. So they're a lot like the English irons. Just bring them up on this side, but make sure you gotta look at this big, long fender right here. It's much longer than most English saddles, and not quite as easily pull-upable as the Western saddles. So just kind of keep an eye on it. A lot of times they get bent underneath when you put the Australian saddles on. This saddle has some straps at the front to attach the pad to the saddle, so the pad generally stays with the saddle, which is great. Just make sure you air it out every once in a while. If you just put it away like this, all in one piece, the underside of the pad tends to stay a little wet. So just make sure you do take it off every once in a while and air it out, or let it hang in such a way that it can air out. So once I have all this stuff up on this side, then I can go over to my horse, lift it up nice and high, and put it down nice and gentle. I'm going to put it a little high on the horse and then slide it down into place so that the hair kind of mushes down this way, nice and smooth. Once I have it up on the horse, instead of taking all this and tossing it where I could scare the horse, run over and jump in my lap, I'm going to go around to the other side and pull it all down. All right? Now that I'm over on this side, now I can safely bring everything down. Got that stirrup. I want to make sure nothing is tucked underneath again. And I've got this girth. And the last part I've got is a breastplate right here. So I'm going to bring the breastplate down and take that breastplate over the neck so it can hang. Then I've got this girth right here. This is a neoprene girth. It can be removed to wash it. You can see it's got rollers on either side to make it a little easier to deal with. There are a lot of different kinds of girths to put on, especially with Australian saddles. This is one that has rollers on either side. We'll use this one today. Very similar to an English saddle, but this only has two billets here. And use one and bring it up. The second one. Just like English saddles, you kind of have to guesstimate on this side the first time you put it on. Once I have that, I'm going to let it hang nice and low, and then I'll go back over to the other side to deal with the rest of the girth and the breastplate. Just like when you're saddling using any other type of saddle, you want to be careful getting underneath the horse here. I like to take the stirrup, move it out of my way so I don't bang myself in the face with it. And then when I go to grab the girth, underneath, grab the end, pull it up underneath. Again, don't spend a whole lot of time underneath there. Now I can grab those again, put them through the roller, and then I pull straight up. Find a hole to put it in, and then deal with the second one. Put it through the roller and pull straight up. Then you can feel the tightness here. Now, once I have that on, then I can bring my girth back down, making sure it doesn't smack them on the side. Now, finally, I can deal with the breast collar or the breastplate. This is going to attach over here. So I'm going to hand it over to my other hand, bring it this way. Attach these straps and tuck them in, they're keepers. This guy was undone, so I'm going to redo that. This saddle has a couple of different options, but this straight bar right here is what we want to use for the breast collar. You can see there's another hook right here, but this is for hanging things. This bar right here is what we want to attach the breastplate to. Bring it up and tuck it back in its keeper. You can see this strap that goes across keeps the breastplate from falling low. And then this between their legs is the last thing. attach it to the first hook. There's going to be a hook on either side, the front and the back. Attach it to the front hook, okay? So as far as how tight it should be, the general rule of thumb, again, with this breast collar is a fist. So if you can fit a fist in between the front of the breastplate and their chests, you're in good shape. All right, let's talk about unsaddling the horse. Whether you are, no matter what kind of saddle you're doing, you want to do it in the reverse order that you put it on. Take the least important parts off first, and then the most important part. This is the most important part. Do this last, is my point. Always do the girth last. So the least important part of this whole setup right here is the breast collar connection down here. Least important, so I'm going to undo that. Then the next least important is the breast collar itself. I'm going to undo this, just like that. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to make sure I don't just let it hang. I'm going to bring it up and around and over the saddle. That way I kind of know where it is, all right? Now I've done everything. Now I'm going to do the most important part. I'm going to undo this side, let it drop. Try not to let it smack into their legs, and then we'll go around to the other side. Instead of just grabbing it off. I mean, sure, I could just take the saddle, grab it off, and drag that girth across their back, and they go like that. Don't do that. Just go to the other side and lift the girth up. So let's do that. So now I'm on the other side. I can grab this girth. I'm going to put it up and over. You see I put it upside down, like sweaty side up. I can grab that up too. So now nothing's going to tickle his back and scare him. Now let's go back to the other side. Now I can grab everything off. Just one fell swoop. I have it in my hands and I have unsaddled my horse.